In this best of episode, we're going to revisit some of my favorite restaurants. I'm Cat Neville, and this is Feast TV. Over the next half hour, we're going to revisit some of my favorite restaurant segments from the past few years. And during the episode, I'm also going to be making some shrimp stuffed dumplings. These are really easy to make and they are truly delicious. The very first step is that you just chop up about 3/4 of a pound of raw shrimp. This is about a pound here in the bowl, so I'm only going to take part of it out. And I'm just gonna run my knife through these guys and put them in the bowl. The key to making a really flavorful dumpling is not to skimp on things like garlic and ginger and chili oil. They really help to bring out all of the other flavors because there's only a tiny little bit that's going to be stuffed into that wonton wrapper. So I'm gonna sit here and chop up the rest of these shrimp. And let's take a trip to St. Joseph, Missouri to see how Neapolitan pizza is made at Il Lazzarone. I cannot tell you how many people told me that after they saw this segment, they got in their car and they drove to St. Joe just for a bite. So check this out. I am here in St. Joseph, Missouri, about an hour north of Kansas City for a bite of authentic, and I mean certifiable authentic Neapolitan pie here at Il Lazzarone. Come on in. Okay, so first off, the oven. This is kind of the centerpiece of the entire operation.
Absolutely. So our oven is built by hand by Mario Acunto. Mario's out of Naples, Italy, and this is actually the first one I'm told that's been imported in the United States.
Wow.
So this is a 5th generation oven builder. He's 80 years old. Built it by hand from the soil of the base of Mount Vesuvius. So he actually hand cast all the bricks inside of this, manufactured it for us, and I've had probably about a dozen pizza ovens in my life. Nothing like this. This is incredible piece of machinery. It takes 10 days to heat up. You know, when we get running, it's about 1,000 degrees it runs at. It's only built for Neapolitan pizza. That's all it's for. So this is the best of the best you can get.
The textures are so completely different from what Americans think of as pizza.
Absolutely. We get a lot of, "Sir, you burnt my pizza." And I say, "Ma'am, I spent $30,000 for that char." So I spent years making New York style pizza and love New York style pizza. There needs to be more in the Midwest, but this was so near to my heart, and you know, I was addicted. I thought, well, maybe turn this into a business. Went on a leave of absence at my job. Didn't know
your
how
real
it
job.
worked. Yes, I was an exercise physiologist at a hospital, and I took a little leave of absence, opened up, and it's been crazy ever since.
So we're in St. Joe, but you
Absolutely.
also have another location in Kansas City.
Yep.
Why did you decide to open up here in St. Joseph?
Well, I tell you what, coming from New York to St. Joseph was a very big culture shock for me, especially pizza-wise, but you know, food in general. Came out here and there's 4 or 5 owner-operated restaurants. It's many, many chain restaurants. And the passion just wasn't there, and it really saddened me. You know, I don't want to have to drive to Kansas City to have a decent meal. So we thought, well, let's do something different. Let's be the first certified Neapolitan, you know, almost in the Midwest, but certainly in Missouri, Kansas, all these surrounding states. Let's do something for St. Joe. So we went from there.
We've talked about just kind of how simple everything is, and that really is the key to a true Neapolitan style pizza.
Absolutely. 4 ingredients in the dough, that's it. We bring all our flour over from Naples. It's all 00 Caputo, and they've been milling it there since 1924. Very stringent process, so we use that, water, Mediterranean sea salt, and fresh cake yeast, that's it.
And that's the magic of it, is that it's a very different dough.
When you cook at such a high temperature, you get this pliability that you wouldn't get with anything else. So an oven like that, its ability to have so much intense heat allows for it to cook very quickly and be completely done, but yet still very soft and chewy.
When you say quickly, I mean, we're talking like seconds.
37 seconds.
Oh my God.
So consistently.
You mentioned that you're certified.
Sure.
Who certifies you? What does that mean? What do you have to do?
So in Naples, you know, they get very...
It's Italy. Everything is certified.
They get very passionate, a little bit offended about people saying, hey, we're Neapolitan. A couple decades ago, they got together and they said, let's define Neapolitan pizza. Let's make you get a license for it when you want to open in business. So the Vera Pizza Neapolitanas Association came together. It's a part of the agriculture department of Naples. And you have to follow their 56-page law book.
What, seriously?
Yes, they fly over, they inspect, and then you're certified.
Wow.
So we're number, I believe, 506 in the world. So most are in Naples. I mean, there's like 375 in Naples.
So why was it important for you? Because the average person coming off the street isn't necessarily going to understand what that means.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm just passionate about the historical value, the preservation of a food product that's been around for so long. They invented pizza. It's the first pizza there is. You know, it's just preserving a piece of time where something was simple, pure, natural, and, you know, creating it exactly the same way that they would then.
Okay, so show me how you make these pizzas.
All right, we do everything by hand, and that's, you know, by law, of course. So we're just manipulating the air from the center to the rim, so we have a nice rise in the crust. This is a 4-ounce fresh mozzarella overleaning. So
Love fresh mozzarella.
Yeah, this is just a cow's milk mozzarella, extra virgin olive oil, first cold press. This one's gonna get some fresh basil, some sea salt, thick cut applewood smoked bacon, and we're gonna do some fresh garlic.
Is this the crepe pizza?
Yeah, crepe, so it's a big crowd pleaser. We finish it with a nice aged Modena balsamic, so it's very sweet, very savory as well. And we're gonna make our traditional marinara pizza.
And this is very light application.
Neapolitan pizza is always gonna be lightly topped. Nothing should overpower anything else. That's your marinara. Looks like nothing, but it's the most flavorful pizza I've ever had. You know, normal pizza makes you feel heavy or full. Not this.
No stuffed crust?
No. My employees will try stuff like that, and I have to lay them off for a little bit when they do
it's against
that.
the law.
That's right, that's right. We put them in jail for a while. Got our fresh ovellini, a fresh basil, sea salt, olive oil. I'm just gonna grab a little pecorino romano. This is our Margarita Pizza.
That is gorgeous. Eric.
I know.
Oh.
They're ready to go in the oven, so.
I love it. Oh my goodness. Those are beautiful.
So that's our crepe, our marinara, and of course our margarita.
1,000 degrees at 37 seconds.
Absolutely.
Works of art. I mean, everything is just so beautiful.
It's, just looking at a piece of history for me and really appreciating where it's from. And I'm honored to be a part to extend that to others.
When we were on that shoot, 2 of the local television stations came to interview me about the coverage we were doing of the restaurant. And it was so much fun to have all of these people come in and get excited about the attention that we were paying to that restaurant. And seriously, I've had a chance to go back and taste some of that pizza again, and it is just as good as it was all those years ago. So if you have a hankering for Neapolitan style pizza, I recommend you head to St. Joe. All right, so now I have my shrimp minced in the bowl. I'm gonna set this aside. And now what I'm going to do is mince cabbage and cilantro, green onion, garlic, ginger, and then add a little bit of soy sauce as well as chili oil. And that is going to be the filling for our dumplings. Just like so many of the other recipes that I make for Feast TV, this is easily adaptable to your own tastes. If you're vegetarian, you could use tofu or more veggies. If you feel like doing pork, that would work. If you want to do ground chicken, that would work as well. It really is entirely up to your imagination. And in fact, the wonton wrappers that we're going to be using, which are easily found in just about any grocery store, are also fantastic for making ravioli. So they're extremely versatile. The key to this is making sure that you mince everything really tiny, because we're only going to be putting about a teaspoon of filling into each one of those wonton wrappers. And just like I always do, I'm kind of eyeballing this, and that looks like about enough to me. If I need to add more, I will. Otherwise, I'm going to save this for some coleslaw. All right, now I'm just gonna go ahead and chop up my cilantro. Make sure with cilantro that you include the stems. They have just as much, if not more, flavor than the leaves. And as you know, food waste is a huge issue right now, and it doesn't make any sense to be throwing away something that can add so much flavor to a dish. So use your stems. Next up, just a couple of scallions, and again, you want to make sure everything is really, really tiny. Just do the green parts. Here's a fun trick with your green onions, also known as scallions. You see how they still have the roots intact? If you put this into a glass of water, within the next couple of days, you will see that the roots are going to grow and it will start shooting up new growth. And so you can reuse the scallion over and over and over again. So don't throw away those white parts. A couple of cloves of garlic. And last, I'm going to add in some fresh ginger. Now I'm just gonna add in a little bit of soy sauce. This is gonna help to bind everything and obviously add flavor as well. You can add up to maybe 3 tablespoons. By the way, all of these recipes are available at feastmagazine.com, so don't feel like you have to take notes furiously while I'm doing all of this. You can just go to the website and everything is there. Okay, that looks like the perfect texture. So our next stop is in Festus, Missouri at Gordon's Stoplight Inn. This place is serving some of the best smash burgers you've ever had. There have only been 2 owners of this restaurant since the 1940s, and you're gonna want a taste of this burger after you see this segment.
Gordon's Stoplight. It was opened 1948 by Gordon Heddle. He was here and we bought it from him in May of 1997. And we've been through 13 floods, recessions, depressions, everything in between, and we're still here.
We bought the store from the original owner, Gordon, on May the 12th, 1997. So this May the 12th will be our 17th year here.
When we bought it from Gordon, he said he's tried everything over 50 years and this is what works, and we believed him. We've added a chicken sandwich and bacon to our breakfast menu, and other than that, everything is the exact same how he taught us.
Everything is the same, the menu's the same, the process is the same, the recipes are the same, and we're not going to change a thing, and it's been working since 1948. Every one of these burgers that are sold this morning were prepared this morning, along with the chili, and the slaw is prepared daily. We're not on a mass assembly line. We do everything old school method, and it's not easy. That's not easy to do this when you've got 25 burgers on the grill, and you must get them off in time, but they can do it, and we have the people that can do it. We've got the best staff, the best crew, they're devoted. So many successful people have worked in this store.
Our process is unique, I think. All of our hamburgers are made with 8119 pure ground beef. It's never frozen. We are going to make a jumbo, a double jumbo, the Quadzilla, and a big burger. Smash everything flat to get a good crispy edge. They're never all the same. Them are pretty close to perfect there. Nice toasted bun. the single jumbo, single patty, raw chopped onions, slaw, and our own barbecue sauce. Coney Island, raw chopped onions, vinegar and oil, sweet and sour slaw that we make in-house every day, and our house chili. A little messy sometimes. That is the Coney Island and the jumbo. This is the big burger, double cheese, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise with onion rings. And this is the Quadzilla. 4 patties, comes any way you want it. And we're gonna load the quad up with everything. Lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, and raw onion on the side. The Quadzilla, that's been around not since 1948. It's about the last 10 years we just came up with it. Everybody always wanted to add more and more and more. So we came up with the Quadzilla. It's 4 patties, 2 pieces of cheese, dressed any way you like. The world record for quads is guys sat down and ate 4 quads, a cheese fry and a shake. So that's our unofficial record here, and no one's tried to challenge it yet, but it's there if anyone wants to.
Our customers are very loyal. We respect our customers, and it kind of shows because of the return business, the repeat business that we get.
I mean, we've had people eating here generations. We'll have grandpa bring their son and the grandkid here, and you know, from young age, we have people coming in here and we see them grow up. We see them get their driver's license, go through high school, college, move away, come back, and it's part of the people that live around here. We'll see people at the stoplight throw their burger on and have it done before they get here. We've got people like Mr. Polissus down there that drives 40 miles one way 3 or 4 times a week, and he's done it. He was actually here the second day Gordon ever opened.
When somebody goes away and they move out, go through college, get a job maybe in any part of the United States, first thing they do when they come back for a holiday, a weekend, or a family function is they come to us and have a burger. And it happens over and over again.
Myself or my parents are here every day to greet everyone, talk to everyone, and we're friends with a lot of people that come in here, and it's just great dealing with the people and making the food and making something that people really appreciate. It's rewarding.
So I've never had the Quadzilla, but every time I go to Gordon's Stoplight Inn, which has been numerous times, I always get a double cheeseburger, and it is absolutely delicious. That is something that I crave. So if you've never been, you should definitely go. All right, so now we're going to be stuffing our dumplings. This is the wonton wrapper, again, easily found in just about any grocery store, and they come either square or round. And honestly, it doesn't matter which one you pick. Whatever you like, whatever fits your mood is perfectly fine. So you're gonna spoon about a teaspoon full of your stuffing into the wrapper. Take a little bit of water, run it around the edge. This is gonna help it all to stick. And then just pinch the little edges together and make a little pocket. One thing you want to make sure to do is have a damp paper towel or kitchen towel on hand to cover your dumplings so they don't dry out before you actually have a chance to cook them. So I'm going to stand here and stuff all these guys. And now our last stop on this journey is in St. Robert, Missouri, and you're going to meet the folks behind Cafe Korea. It's the reason why I'm making these dumplings today. I had a fantastic time with them stuffing dumplings on site, and if you have a hankering for Korean food and you are in the middle of Missouri, this is a place you've got to check out. Wonderful to see you.
Welcome to Cafe Korea.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to spend the day in the kitchen with you.
Me too.
All right.
I show you everything.
Awesome. Now, how would you characterize Korean food for someone who's never had it before?
Main ingredient is we have like just the salt and the pepper. A lot of people using in Korea like beef powder, make beef flavor.
Oh, really?
You don't use a lot of stuff, just the simple stuff.
Well, and that's what I personally really love about Korean food is that it does have a simplicity to it, but it's so good. And the black pepper and sugar seem to play off of each other a lot in Korean dishes, especially that bulgogi.
When you make bulgogi, combined with the sugar, tastes much better.
So I can remember the first time I had Korean food. I was maybe 23 years old and I'd never had it before. And when I sat down and I ordered the bulgogi, which is that barbecued Korean style beef, all of these little dishes of wonderful things came out of the kitchen, and it was the banchan. And that is one of the best food memories that I have because it was such a surprise. And ever since then, I've been in love with Korean food. You're so focused on quality, and every single thing in this kitchen is fresh, and you chop everything every day.
Every morning, yeah.
And do you love it?
Yeah, I like to cook. Yeah, because whenever customer like my cooking, I'm happy. Yeah.
So how did you learn to cook?
When I was a little kid, my mama teaching me that when you go get married, you know how to have to cook. Whenever my mama teaching me, I start like it.
I've tried to do this myself in my own kitchen before, making dumplings, and now I'm learning from the master. You do this every single day, so I can't wait. So just brush the edges.
Then put this filling on the middle and the fold half and press.
And you just seal it up tight. That's it?
It's right here.
All right. See, I overfilled mine.
Oh yeah, too much.
That's too much.
Then I don't make money. Take it off hand. Here, try again.
Okay, thank you. What is it like being near the army base? Do you have a lot of people coming in who have been stationed in Korea and they're looking for a taste of that?
That's exactly. They're looking for Korean restaurant. Then sometimes they're coming to the my restaurant. They talked about where was their station, and when they start eating my food, somehow they coming back again. But some customers coming every day. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. They know it's a home cooking from scratch. Customer knows that.
I love it. Korean home cooking.
Yeah. Sometimes customer coming in whenever they had a cold, then I'm recommending Korean soup. After when they taste the soup, when they come next morning, oh, I feel better.
I'm very excited to try your banchan. The best part of Korean food is the banchan because you get to eat little bits of everything and all the different flavors. And that's what I love about Korean food generally, is that every bite is different and the textures are so unique.
This one you call banchan.
Banchan, yay!
Yeah.
Chong, you've made my day.
Right.
So these are the sweet potato, the glass noodles, which is what Chong was saying all the Americans call it. They call it glass or clear noodles, the japchae. It's so fun because you can see right through these things. It's made with the sweet potato starch. So it's completely different from what the Western idea of a noodle is. Soups like this Soondubu Stew are ubiquitous in Asian cuisine. Think about, for example, pho at Vietnamese restaurants. They are delicious and so good for you. I'm sure you noticed that I was admonished for overfilling those dumplings in that segment, and I was very careful not to do so today. We've moved over to the stove, and I'm going to go ahead and pan fry these and also steam. So I'm heating up just a little bit of neutral vegetable oil in a non-stick skillet. And once it's nice and hot and shimmery, I'm going to add in my dumplings. So see that? It's getting nice and crispy. That's exactly what you're looking for. Going to add in a bit of water. Calming it down. Now, put the top on and you just let it steam. This is what's gonna cook the shrimp all the way through, or the pork or the chicken, whatever it is that you put inside of your dumpling. So you can see that the dumplings have kind of collapsed on the top. I'm just gonna cook out the rest of this water and then put it on the plate. All right, all we have to do now is make the dipping sauce and then eat. The sauce is incredibly quick. It's just equal parts rice vinegar and soy sauce, sesame oil, a little bit of sugar, and then some chili oil to taste. So I'm stirring to dissolve the sugar, and I'm going to chop up some of the scallions and add that in as well. Even with all of those other ingredients, you get that beautiful, sweet, briny flavor of the shrimp. This is a super easy recipe, something you could even make with your kids, and you saw exactly how quick it was. So cheers, thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time.